And we know the scriptures say we shall prophesy in part and we shall know in part. But then when he that has come, we shall know all things in full. I'm not quoting it verbatim. But pretty much when Yahweh shall return to the earth, all the secrets of the universe, we gonna know all that. You know, when the Heavenly Father changes us, like I was telling the brothers when we was at camp, our lives that we experiencing right now, the very little life that we living right now, this very moment is a small dust in the eyes of the Father. It's a small speck in the eyes of our existence. Man, we finna live, bro. Hey, man, Yahweh Shema Shah, give us life. Jake finna live, man.
That's a beautiful point, my brother. Jake about to live, man. Jake about to truly live forever. And how we gonna tap in? Through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is gonna lead us into eternal life. This wisdom is gonna bring us into the kingdom of heaven, which starts with the elect. In Lord's will, we are those men. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and verse 17. And it reads, "For the very true beginning of her, and her represents wisdom. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. And the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws. And the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom." So this wisdom is going to bring us into the kingdom of heaven, because it starts with the Lord's men. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O you kings of the people, honor wisdom that you may reign forevermore. You see? So we're going to reign forever. Lord's willing, we are part of the elect. We about to tap into everything, man. The Lord is going to upgrade us into the knowledge of everything, man. We're going to be omnipotent or omnipotent as Yahweh Shai and the angels, all knowing. So ultimately, these are the promises that await the Lord's elect. The full understanding of the Lord's creation, unlocking the secrets of the universe, understanding the elements, the spiritual realm, the full upgrade to comprehend high-level knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. This is what's coming.
Rakata Yahweh Shai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And what I want to go into, this evening, all right, is dealing with, with tonight. Well, I want to go into tonight, all right, dealing with the whole topic. As you know, you see a lot of brothers going live, a lot of things going on surrounding, this whole fiasco, okay, dealing with Ye. He's been the topic of the end of the month, and we understand, that Esau, Edom, is at work, all right? But at the same time, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is at work, because at the end of the day, this is all the will of the Lord being played out, okay? He utilizes the left, and the right for his own purpose, All right, if a brother can get there, I think that's is it Isaiah 45:7 or 40:7. Okay. Yeah, how about Shema Shai utilizes, the left and the right for his purpose. So we see things happening on both sides. It's all leading up to his purpose. And we know at the end of the day, all right, the end game is Yahweh Shai establishing righteousness on earth. Okay. And we're watching the build up to that as these events play out in the earth. So we keep up with these things in the spirit. As the scriptures say, we've been made watchmen, okay, into the house, of Israel, okay, and we report, okay, what we see and filter it through the scriptures, man. All right. And what we have to understand dealing with the Most High, it said, this is the brother beyond Yasha'Allah, Isaiah 45:7 says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Okay. So Yahweh Shema Shai utilizes the left, okay, the wicked and the righteous, okay, for his purpose. And ultimately, righteous is going to triumph over the wicked, okay, and righteousness will be established in the earth eternally, okay. There's going to be an eternal righteous standard established in the earth. But what we're seeing playing out is an ancient feud, that goes back, okay, even into the garden, okay. And I want to share this in the Apocrypha, okay, because remember this feud, all right, of these two nations of people, Jacob and Esau, go back to the garden, and we're seeing it come to a head at this time, okay. And this is going to be the last, all right, clash of good and evil. Now, I want to get this, all right, and we're going to track it from Adam, going all the way until now, okay? And see, the narrative of the scriptures never changed. There was always tension and a rivalry between the two nations that would come out of Jacob and Esau, okay? The 12 tribes that would come out of Jacob, okay, which consists of, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you have our people who look like other nations, due to us being scattered, okay? And you have what you call so-called, all right, white people of today, all right? They are descendants of Esau, Edom, all right? These two nations will be the centerpiece, all right? That the feud between these two nations will be the centerpiece and the main narrative of the scriptures, and we're going to go into it, man, even going all the way back to the garden. Now, when you go to Sirach 33:10, it says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge, the Lord have divided them and made their ways diverse. Yeah, so everyone comes from Adam. Okay. You go back to, okay, the line of Adam, through Seth. Okay. Going all the way down to Noah. Okay. And the earth was flooded. But Noah, which is from the line of Adam, the sons of God, was preserved, him and his three sons. All right. Ham, Japheth, all right, and Shem. Okay. And those Shem came who? All right. The Israelites. But also Shem, you have other nations, which, these these uh these small hats, make it seem as if they're the only nation that come out of Shem. Okay, which is not the case. All right. So what we're seeing, all right, is an ancient rivalry play out real time, man, because those two family lines still exist in the earth. Okay. So as we let me see. read on. It says, in much knowledge, the Lord have divided them and made their ways diverse. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them have he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. Now, this is speaking of, okay, Jacob and Esau, which we know Jacob is blessed, okay, of the Lord. All right, now we've been through punishment and chastisement because of our disobedience, okay? But overall, we're blessed people, and we are people that sit near him. That's why he had the Levites, which goes back to lawyer, which means what? Join to me, okay? Because through the priesthood, Israel, all right, was granted access, okay, to the presence of Yahweh Bashem Shai, okay? And it says, but some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as like him best. And see, he created Esau evil to play the wicked in the script, okay? The Most High's movie, which is the Bible, man. Okay? So Esau Edom was given their role of the wicked, okay, of the adversary of the chosen people, all right, or Jacob, all right, and we're seeing that feud constantly play out, all right, and this is the point. It says good is set against evil and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly. And this is what we're seeing, okay? Good is set against evil, okay? Because the scriptures talk about how Jacob, all right, scriptures talk about how the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, okay? But the ways of the wicked seducing him, because we was created, okay, in righteousness, man. All right, the sons of God, okay? And we fell through who? The serpent, all right? The serpent coming to Eve, Eve bringing back to Adam, then you had the fall of the sons of God, all right, from that righteous standard. You see? But we were created in righteousness. Adam was given that breath. Okay? Esau was created in wickedness. He was into witchcraft and madness then as the serpent. Okay? And it says, in life against death, so is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly, because through Israel, okay, when you go through the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it was told to Noah, okay, when the scriptures say be fruitful and multiply, they was told to Noah, which is the son of God, all right, in Genesis the 9th chapter. Brothers want to post it. Then it was told to Abraham in Genesis the 17th chapter. Then it was told to Jacob, okay, in Genesis the 35th chapter, man. Okay. So those three men of the sons of God was given the commandment to be fruitful and multiply, man. Okay. Because through Israel, okay, there was supposed to be a righteous standard of life, man. But Esau has brought nothing but what? Death to the earth, man. You go into Cain. What did Cain, who was the first murderer recorded? Cain, man. Okay? You see, and it all goes back to good set against evil and life against death, man. Okay, and let's go back and prove it. Because even going back to Adam, okay, when you go to, all right, Genesis, make sure everything is good. Let me get, let's get this in Genesis, okay? Because this feud began in the garden, and it began because of jealousy of the wicked one, okay? And this man has always had an envious eye, okay? These people had always had an envious eye towards the chosen nation, man. All right, and it's showing even to this day. So when you go to Genesis 3, all right, now this is when the serpent approaches Eve, okay, and just to prove the point. Now, this is Genesis 3:1. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Okay, you go to the word serpent in the Hebrew. Okay, when you go into the word in the Hebrew, it goes into sorcerer, diviner. Okay, he was into the left hand back then. Okay, because if you what we have to understand in the spirit, the scriptures speak about a serpent. It wasn't an actual serpent, man. It was just a characteristic of a man. Okay, it wasn't speaking, of an actual snake. This was speaking of a characteristic of a man which came out of particular lineage of people. Okay, who had approached, all right, Eve. You see, and at this time they had, they was had melanin, man. Okay, when Cain received the mark, and then Esau, he was born, okay, with with no pigment, man, no melanin. That's why Isaac said, Ashashua, which means wasted away is he. Okay, but the same spirit that was in the serpent, okay, that subtle, wicked spirit was in Cain. Okay, a rebellious spirit, because Cain, pretty much was in open rebellion. Okay, by sacrificing what he wanted to sacrifice. And then you had Esau, man, okay, who was pretty much rejected. Okay. It says, so now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, as the Most High said, you shall not eat of every tree, okay, of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit, okay, of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High have said, you shall not eat, neither shall you touch it, lest ye die. Okay, so here it is. He's coming, all right, manipulating, all right, Eve, okay, the woman, the weaker vessel, and you know he's making it seem, all right, he's going to make it seem. Matter of fact, verse 4, I'm gonna read it and then expound on it. It says, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, which was a lie. Okay. For the Most High knoweth that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as the Most High, knowing good and evil. So he's coming with this game. He's like, look, you're only eating from your tree. Now, what we have to understand, okay, when you go into trees in the scriptures, all right, it's not talking about an actual tree, okay, but it's talking about what? Pretty much a lineage, that's sons of God. Okay, because Adam had the breath, so he possessed their way, okay, and their way was handed down, so she was receiving fruit from her tree, from her, from their lineage, their righteous tree, you know, their doctrine. She had it. So he was the serpent, like, look, you pretty much you're only supposed to listen to your husband and his way. What about these other doctrines out here? Okay. And what do you have today? Eve bugged out all over the place, 2 or 3 baby daddies, and all these philosophies that she's into, and her truth, and bugged out. Okay. But what do we have, man? This is the wicked one tampering, okay, with the lineage of the sons of God. All right. And which we know eventually Eve, she took the bait, all right, and brought it back to Adam, and that was the fall. Okay, but this is the beginning of good versus evil. And the scriptures tell you, all right, when you go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 23. It said, for the Most High created man to be immortal. You see that? So the sons of God, okay, were created to be immortal through what? Righteousness, obedience. Okay? And the serpent is seeing this, and what is he saying? You know, whether he come to evil, ye shall not surely die. But wait, the Most High already created their lineage to be immortal. So he's coming up as if he has a way that's better. Okay? And this was this man tampering, okay? This was good and evil having a clash, man. It says it made him to be the image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world. Okay? Through envy of the devil, all right? He was envious at the glory of Adam, okay? The Son of God. And what did he do, man? He planted a seed of death. Okay? It says, and they that do hold on his side don't find it. Okay? And everyone that's partaking in the philosophy of the serpent, because the serpent is, like I say, these Edomites, all right, in the spirit, okay, are the serpents from the garden, man. Okay? Was really much the paradise, because the earth was created to be a paradise. These are the serpents in the world, man. Okay? These Edomites, man, these people that run the earth. Okay? And they pretty much polluted the earth with this mindset of ye shall not surely die. We have another way. Okay? But it was an attack against righteousness, man. And this is what we're seeing playing out. So that's dealing, okay, with going back to the garden on how this feud that we see, started. Okay? It was the wicked being envious at the order and the glory of the righteous, man. Okay? The serpent and Adam. Okay? And Eve was just used as a pawn in the game. All right? And she was used this time, man, to keep the sons of God, okay, in the crippled state. Well, the prophecy said that the house of David, will be risen. Okay, and that enchantment, okay, of the serpent, which goes back to diviner, sorcerer. Okay, I believe a Hebrew word, quash, if I'm saying it right. Okay, now let's deal with this same line. All right, it says, and Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man, okay, from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of the sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground and offered unto the Lord. Rebellious, doing what he wanted to do, showing you that, all right, this man has always had this rebellious spirit. Okay, it says in Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof, and the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. Okay, showing you that the righteous way was known, but Cain had the spirit to do what he wanted to do, just like Esau Edom now. Okay, he has that same energy. Here it is, a man. Okay, here it is. Your gender is already assigned to you at birth, but what does he do? He does what he wants, and then puts laws in place to protect, you know, his madness, man. And that's just one example. Okay, so Cain doing what he wanted was rejected, as we going to read verse 5, but unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou do well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Okay? So pretty much Cain was wroth because he was rejected. That sacrifice was rejected, man. Just like now, what he's doing, what Esau Edom is doing, is being rejected in the earth, man. Okay? Even him putting that clown Kanye, all right, on the forefront, that's being rejected, man. Okay? And see, this man is becoming wroth. All right, as it said, the devil know if he have but a short time, he's gonna come down with great wrath, man. And this is what Esau does, man. Okay? When he doesn't get his expected outcome, you know, he loses it, man. You see? Verse 8, it says, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. Okay? And this was Cain's attempt to remove righteousness from the earth. Okay? That same family feud, all right, that we see playing out today. All right, what does Esau Edom want to do today? He wants to remove, okay, righteousness from the earth. You know, as you go to this whole yay thing, it's about moving that message, that word, that breath. You see, just as serpent was envious of the breath, all right, that Adam received, which is that spirit. Okay, he's envious again, and he wants to remove that breath from being heard, that Holy Spirit, man. He wants to remove the influence of Yahweh Shema Shai in the earth, man. Okay? So it went from Adam and the serpent to Abel and Cain. Okay, but eventually you had Seth, and through Seth, you know, you have Noah, all right? And then through Noah, you go down to Abraham, you know, Isaac and Jacob, you know, through Shem. Okay? So let's keep reading on. All right. I say, so that's Adam, you know, then you go to all right, so let's go from Adam, and now let's go to Jacob, okay, and Esau, okay. So when you go to Genesis, the let's go 25, okay. 22. We're gonna jump around a little bit. All right, Genesis 25 and 22. Well, I started at 21. It says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. Okay, and remember, this is the sons of God. Isaac is of the sons of God. Okay, through the lineage of Adam. Okay, going down to Noah. All right, Abraham, and Abraham had Isaac. Okay, and it says because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. All right, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So the children struggling, okay, in the womb, which means they was grievously oppressing each other, man. Okay, which showed, all right, the energy that will be between these two nations in the earth. Okay, the Edomites and the Israelites, man. Okay, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So we're two different nations. Okay, Jacob was a continuation of the sons of God. Okay, and Edom was rejected and put by. Okay, Esau was rejected and put by. It says, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So this is prophecy, man. Okay, and the elder that will come out will be Esau Edom. Okay, and it's prophesied that he will serve the younger. Okay, and ultimately it was speaking of in this time, because we had them, in servitude before. Okay, but it wasn't in fulfillment. Okay, as if the time that we're coming into now. Okay, and says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. He wasn't hairy; he was just red. As a garment would look, a red garment would look. Okay, describing his color, and they call his name Esau, which is Ashashua, wasted away. Okay, he was named based off, okay, his look, wasted away. Okay, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. All right, and this is what happening now. We have our hand on this man's heel. Okay, in the spirit. Okay, symbolic of, at the end, because your feet represents the end of you. All right, and at the end of this rulership, Jacob, all right, the kingdom of Jacob of Israel is being born. Okay, and he wants to prevent that. Okay, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Okay, all right. So the prophecies evolve around these two nations. Okay, and we're gonna keep going to the story. And it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Okay, two manner of people, and you see, Esau is not just a cunning hunter of game of animals. This man now, especially through Amalek, okay, it is the head tribe, beginning with these bankers. Okay, they become cunning hunter of spirits, of men's souls. Okay, it says, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob saw a pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? So Esau sold the birthright. Okay? And see, now this man is seeing, okay, the value in the birthright through who? The Israelites. This word coming out, okay, him really wanting to be immortal, but see, that was all in the birthright he sold. Okay? So now Esau Edom is seeing the value of it, and he wants it back. Okay, but at the time he was only concerned about, okay, his flesh in the moment. And that's the energy that they come in. That's the energy they want Jake in, man. Okay? They sellout spirit. It says, and what profit shall their birthright do to me? And Jacob and Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore to him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Okay? And Jacob was named that because what? Yahweh, he would supplant, the birthright and the blessing, but it was always Jacob's, all right, to supplant anyway. Okay, now let's jump to 27. All right, and this is still the same lineage of good versus evil, man. The sons of the wicked, okay, feuding with the sons of God. All right, now we understand Jacob and Esau were both blessed, but see, Jacob, okay, was blessed with everything, okay, and Esau, he was blessed with the fatness of the earth as Jacob, okay, but it was temporal. You see how you know it was temporal? Because this nigga was still mad. Okay, now this is Genesis 27 and 41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. This is what this is going into. This is why this man is spending all his money on this technology, because he wants to form his own blessing. He wants to forge, okay, his own blessing and birthright. Okay. He hates us because of who we are and the blessing and birthright that we're born into, man. Okay, and he wants to disrupt it, especially since the Lord has breathed that breath back into his men, and we're confessing that birthright. We're confessing that blessing. Okay, this man is losing it. That's why you see this whole thing with Ye. This is him, okay, booting up, you know, to make his move, man. All right. There's gonna be a lot of propaganda and a lot of, wicked false narrative that's gonna come behind this, man. All right, but it must be so. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay. This is the energy. This is a feud that we're seeing playing in the earth, man. Okay. Even when you go, now this is after. Matter of fact, let me get the blue letter so I can go into the word just to prove a point. All right, when you go into all right, so when you go into Exodus, and get the book of Exodus 17, okay? Exodus 17. Now, this is after the deliverance of Egypt. So this is way on down the line, okay? But you look at the energy that's still between these two nations of people. It says, then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. Now, who is Amalek? Okay. All right. Amalek. Okay. So you go into it, dwell in the valley. All right. It says, son of Eliphaz by the concubine Timur, grandson of Esau. Okay. And progenitor of a tribe of people in southern Canaan. Okay. Amalek, grandson of Esau. Okay. So you see this lineage and the energy that this lineage is always in, man. Okay. Now, when you go into it, all right, let's read Exodus 17 and 10 says, so Joshua did as Moses had said to him and fought with Amalek And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up. All right, his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. So when Aaron, when Moses was able to hold, okay, the rod of the Most High, in the air, Israel would prevail. But when his hand would drop, his arm would drop, Amalek would prevail. Okay, so what happened? Like him, Aaron, and Hur, they began to what? Work in unity. Okay, and that's when they started prevailing. You see, it says, in Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Okay, now what we have to understand today, this is why, all right, Israel, these Edomites want us to be so divided, because Israelite men coming together under the banner of Yahweh by Shema Shai in obedience and unity, we prevail. This is why it's so hard for him to demonize. This is why you gotta come with all these crazy angles and just make up a lie and a false narrative, okay? Because we're moving according to how the standard told us to move. Wait ye upon me until I rise to the prey. Okay, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Okay, that's unity of Israelite men. And see, now this man is losing. Okay, and what's being held up? The standard of the scriptures, man. Okay, and let's prove. All right, when you go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 4:9. It says, two are better than one because they have a good reward, okay, for their labor. Going back into unity, okay? For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have none, not other, to help him up. And this is why Esau thrives, okay, and pushes a culture where our people are constantly divided, okay, where we're so far from who we are, okay? That's why he hates when we attach ourselves to our legacy, man, of being Israelites, man. Calling on the name of our power, okay? Being in order to the best of our, ability. This is what Esau doesn't want because he doesn't win, okay? When we're in order, this man doesn't win. We prevail. Thus says the scriptures, and that's why the Apostle Paul was saying, this, okay? This is on 1 Corinthians 1:10. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, all right, by the name of our Lord Yahweh Mashiach, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. Because when you look at that account with Moses, Aaron, and Hur, all right, everybody played their part. Okay, you didn't have Aaron, trying to be Moses and Moses, move, let me sit down, let me raise my hand up. No, they understood, okay, their role, okay, and they did their part, all right, and to get the victory, they had a mindset of the bigger picture, man. And that's why the scriptures has put us back in the ruling class mentality, and we see the bigger picture, okay. And everyone is playing their role in unity, man. Okay. Exodus 17 and 14 says, and the Lord said to Moses, write this for a memorial in the book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. He said, rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, which means, hey, make this repetitive. Okay? The same way Esau Edom pushes, this garbage music and, the different media and movies, he constantly rehearse these things to our people. Okay? The Lord, hey, the Most High told Moses, hey, write this for a memorial in the book, okay, which is the scriptures, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, man. And that's in the earth, man. See, these devils is finna be done away with, and they're being set up. Okay, it's good that they're doing what they're doing. It's needed. Okay, they gotta make this move, man, because it's gonna lead to them going into the harshest captivity ever known to man. Okay, and then eventually being done away with. Okay, and that rivalry of good versus evil is going to be ended. Okay, through Yahweh Shai. Okay, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it. All right, which he said Jehovah Nasai, which means Yahweh Nashai. Okay, for he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. And isn't this a generation that we're living in? Okay, and who are the main people pushing propaganda? The people that call themselves, sim. They're pushing the whole anti-sim, and this is nothing but them, okay, warring against the people, okay, of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, okay, and Esau always had that energy, man. Okay, you go to Numbers, all right, 20, okay, and 14. Okay, you get this account. All right, this is the book of Numbers 20 and 14. It says, and Moses sent messengers, okay, from Kadesh unto the king of Edom, and thus saith thy brother Israel. Okay, Jacob still like, look, we your brother, showing you that these stories are passed down. Okay, they understood that. It said, thou knowest all the travail that have befallen us, how our fathers went down to Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us, all right, and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel, and have brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, all right, a city in the uttermost of thy border. I pray thee, all right. I pray, it says, let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right nor to the left until we have passed our borders. So he's like, Moses like, look, just let us pass. We're not going to deal, with your crops. We're not going to be drinking out your wells. Okay, we don't need anything from you. We just need, it's like your free passage. Okay, free passage through, your borders. Okay. So verse 18, it says, and Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. This is all this nigga wants to do, man. This man always had the spirit of waging war against the tribes, man. Okay, and what we're seeing, like I say, with this guy Kanye, all right, this puppet Kanye, is they're prepping, to come down with the sword, man. Okay, they just want to seem justified in doing it. So they got to push the narrative as if this is the biggest threat in the earth, the biggest threat to society and earth. They got to push that narrative, and then, okay, he's going to bring, all right, he's going to attempt to bring the sword, but we know his standard is going to be against this devil, man. Okay? It says, and the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only without doing, all right, anything else go through on my feet. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Okay? Jake saying the word, Esau was on that strong shit, man. You know, brought out the whole military. Okay? Because Israel requested to pass by their land. Okay? But see, the Most High, okay, hasn't forgotten these things, man. That's why when you go here to Deuteronomy, all right, Deuteronomy 25 and 17, it says, remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt. Okay, so the Lord is telling Israel to remember. All right, he's telling the men of Israel to remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you will come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, the elderly, when thou wast faint and weary. All right, and he feared not the Most High. And this is what this man is, is doing now. You know, he's smiting the weak of our people. Now he's physically, you know, offering Jake through, you know, Jake trusting him with the juice and, you know, shooting Jake. But mainly Jake is what? Destroyed in the mind. Okay? But this is the energy that Esau came with, man. Okay, because at the back, at the hindmost, was mostly women and children, man. You see? But this is how this devil was always against, all right, the seed of the righteous, man. Now, when you go to the first king, like I said, this is ancient family feud, you know, that we have to understand. All right, I think that's First Samuel. Yep, because the Most High, if a brother can post that, how the Most High require that which is past. Okay, First Samuel 15. Okay, he said in Deuteronomy. All right, now this is hundreds of years later. Okay, Samuel 15:1 says, Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. So now, all right, Moses sending a message to Saul. All right, and this is what the message said. All right, so he sent Samuel with a message to Saul, and this is what the message, you know, goes into. It said, thus said the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, Amalek, okay? And those are the small hatters, the bankers, they run Hollywood, okay, Google, YouTube, okay? They run everything, man. Okay, but the Lord, all right, has forgotten. It says, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from camp. Now go and smite. All right, we came up from camp from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare him not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Okay, So Most High, okay, pretty much gave Saul the charge to destroy everything of Amalek, man. Okay, but Saul, being a hard head, didn't do it. Okay, because it wasn't that time. Okay, they still had to be reserved to play out their role within the scriptures. You see, so what we have to understand, when you go to Hebrews, all right, Hebrews 11. And this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 20. And it says, by faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. And it was this time here, man. Okay, right before the return of Yahushua, because Esau was blessed to live, had the fatness of the earth, and he would do it through the sword. And this man reigns in the earth through his sword. Okay, but Jacob was promised the fatness of the earth, immortality. All right, and before that blessing comes, Esau's blessing has to be snatched away. And he's kicking and scratching to prevent that. All right, and Esau doesn't want Yahushua to set up that throne of righteousness in the earth. Okay, and and the narrative never changes. Okay, in the scripture, that's why you can go into the book of Matthew. Okay, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, which is Herod the Great, okay, beheld, there came wise men from from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, okay, and are come to worship him. Remember, Herod is, all right, posing himself with, he's an Edomite, but he's posing himself as if he's the king of Israel. So he's hearing king, all right, of the Jews is being born. So as a king, what does he think? This is the end of my rulership. This is the end of my legacy. Because if you're a man that's a king, you want, okay, your lineage to remain in power, all right, forever, man. Okay? So when he hears about a king of the Jews, what is his reaction? When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And that's those sellout clowns. Okay? Which it's gonna be the same thing today. Okay, you're gonna have these sellouts hurt because Israel, okay, is rising to power. Okay, now we read this in NLT. It says King Herod was deeply disturbed when he heard this, as everyone in Jerusalem. Okay, he was deeply disturbed, and it wasn't everyone. Okay, it was what? Clowns and sellouts, because just like today, I said, you have our people that feel some type of way about our message, man. Which is the message of the Bible. They feel some type of way. You see, they're trouble. Our people have been so defeated and beaten down in captivity. Their rulership is offensive to them, man. Okay, but you had Herod that was troubled at the birth of Yahushua. And it all goes back to the rivalry. It says, and we had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together. He demanded them where a Mashiach should be born. And they said unto him, Bethlehem. These were these wicked scribes and Pharisees and chief priests. Okay, it was all for the rulership of these Edomites, man. Okay, so they're going through the scriptures and explaining to him where Yahushua was to be born. It says, and they said unto him in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, all right, and thou Bethlehem in the land of Judah, and showed you they had found this out through the scriptures, okay, are not the least of the princes of Judah, for out of these shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Okay? Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, equipped them and diligently what time the star appeared. I mean, it's like he said, and inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared, because now he's concerned. And that star was a chariot guiding the wise men. Okay? So he's asking, he's inquiring diligently, okay, what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again that I may come to worship him. He's using subtlety, okay? But the Most High is going to preserve Yahushua. Why? Because Yahushua had a purpose, okay, beyond the emotions of these goddamn Edomite, all right, so-called Edomite, well, these Edomite so-called kings, man. Okay. It says, when they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced, all right, with great joy. And when they were come into the house, they saw, all right, the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshiped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. Okay? And being warned of the Most High in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. Okay? All right, now Herod sees that the three wise men ain't coming back. Okay, because why? They got the vision not to go back. Okay? And what did Herod do? What did Edomite do? Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem and in all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time, all right, which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Okay? So what is Esau trying to do? Just as Cain slew Abel. Okay? Esau, continually wanted their war with Jacob. Okay? You had in this time these Edomites, okay, the Herodian dynasty. What was they doing? They were slaying all the males, all right, in Israel, man, to try to what? Protect their claim to the throne. And this is what Esau Edom wants to do now. He wants to slander us, okay? He wants to do away with us, all right? Because why? Esau has world dominion. Well, in the prophecy, we say we're going to get world dominion. And we know it can't be both of us, man. So that's where you see this clash coming from, man. It's all about global dominance, man, in the earth. Okay? So this is where we see all these games, okay, being played by these devils, man. All right? It all goes back to good versus evil, man. Esau versus Jacob. You see? And it's a family feud that's been going on, okay, for for thousands of years, man. Well, see, There's a bake cake for this devil, man. I mean, it's like there's a cake baked, you know, for this devil. Okay? And it's in the form of judgment through prophecy. Okay? There's a judgment for what this man has done in the earth, and especially what he has done, okay, to Israel, man. This is Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Yeah, see, this whole thing with Yea is nothing but a plot from the counsels of the wicked. Okay? When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence. Okay? He got the whole America through what? The slaughter of Israelites. Okay? America was built up through the slaughter of Israelites, man. Okay? And take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Okay? Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil. Okay? the Most High is devising an evil against this man. Okay? From which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this, all right, for this time is evil. So the Most High says against this family, remember it's a family feud, okay? And it's going to be executed through who? Yahweh Shai, okay? Let's get that. Evil means bad time, and Yahweh Shai is coming to bring a bad time to Esau, Edom. Who is that with, with all right? Who is there from Edom with coming from Edom with dyed garments of bother? That's Yahweh Shai, okay? Revelation 12:7. And says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. See, it all goes back to the garden. Now this serpent is likened unto a dragon, this power structure of Esau, Edom. Okay, this modern Roman Empire. Okay, NATO, America, and EU. Okay, and it says, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven, which is rulership. So this is the clash. Okay, the war in heaven, which is the war in the atmosphere. Okay, between the armies, all right, of these Edomites and these heathen nations, but Esau, Edom, okay, being the main, okay, adversary, okay, and resisting the return of Yahushua. All right, verse 9 it says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. Why is this referring to this man as an old serpent in Revelation? Because this is the serpent that's ruling, man. Okay, these elites, they come in that energy, Amalek. Okay, called the devil, which is deceiving Satan, his adversary, which deceiving the whole world. Right now, you have people hollering anti-sim and don't know what sim is, man. Anti this, they don't have a clue of what the true narrative of the Bible is speaking of. Okay, but they're jumping to the defense of the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Okay, and it says, which deceived the whole world, he was cast out into earth, and his angels was cast with him, man. So he's getting ready to lose, man. Esau Edom is getting ready to lose on a major level. So we finna see him get petty, okay? If we see him push, crazy narrative, okay, about what's really going on. We're finna see these things, man. So he's gearing up, okay? He's gonna push propaganda, prepare for, see crazy things happening, people wilding out, okay? You got to prepare to see these things, man. Okay, because this devil wants to roll in his NWO, and he doesn't want any, you know, any info getting out that's against him or against his narrative, but especially he doesn't want, okay, the word to go forth, man. Okay, so Yahweh Shai, he's coming to end that family feud through war, man. Okay, and you Edomites is going to captivity, fulfilling the elder shall serve the younger, and eventually your remembrance is going to be blotted out from in the earth, man. You know. So Lord will you brothers. All right, then you few sisters was edified. Till next time, I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Abab, DTA, Shalom.